Welcome to World Sports News with Ernie. Behind the desk is the co host, Ernie. And on top of the desk is Ernie's faithful companion. Ernie calls him the rubber ducky. The rest of us on Sports News Review call him Felix. Alrighty, Ernie. It's been less than a week than since we had our last edition of World Sports News with Ernie. And Ernie is going to start with your favorite right now, netball. And the netball and the women's, we're going to do England and Australia. And England are in the what we call on this side of the globe, Ernie, is the playoffs, but they call it the preliminary, then the preliminary final, and then there's the grand final. But right now, what we're going to do, Ernie, is hit pause so we could put up the board for the preliminary final score, and we'll discuss it. And then we'll discuss the grand final also, Ernie. And then we're gonna go to Netball Australia, Ernie, and then we're gonna do the scores for the and then the scores for the Netball Australia and the women's, and then we're gonna do the upcoming game, the fixtures as they call it, but we call next round or next round as they call it on that side of the globe, and that is the other side of the globe when it's Australia. And yes, Ernie, and first off, we'll hit pause, Ernie. Okay. Well, I sorry. We'll put the video on pause. Alrighty, Ernie. We got the score up and the fixture and the next round fixture, the grand final. And listen to me, Ernie. Talking. I'll have to. Okay, I'll block some light, Ernie, so we could talk about this. Okay, so okay, I got enough light blocked off now. Okay, so the first one we put up Ernie on the board was the preliminary final. That doesn't mean it's the last game, Ernie. The next round is the last game for England, Ernie, and we'll be okay, Ernie. We'll still have netball after the grand final because there's still going to be Australia. The Australian League is next. Okay, so the preliminary final, we had the Loughborough Lightning 63, the Manchester Thunder 57. Okay, now, Ernie, I gotta look at the standings right now because they're trying to remember I can't. Without looking at the standings, I can't remember who came in first. Okay, let's see. Okay, take. Okay, let's see. Standings. There we are. Okay, I'm on the standings. Okay, so the Pulse, Lightning, Thunder, Mavericks. Okay, so the fourth place team is not in this. The third place team was the Thunder. Okay, the second place team was the Loughborough Lightning, Ernie, and the first place team was the Pulse. So here's how it worked out, Ernie. That Loughborough Lightning deserved to be in the grand final, even though they lost by a single point last last week to the London Pulse. Because remember, Ernie, if the London Pulse would have lost that match last week, then they would have had to play the Manchester Thunder. And for whatever reason, the Loughborough Lightning really got off really good. And we tried yeah, Ernie, remember we tried to watch the highlights, but we couldn't on the YouTube channel for the what is it the Netball Super League's their own YouTube channel. So Ernie and I, we go on it. We both of us are looking, and we're hoping to find highlights of the game. Like the game was over for like a day plus. It was on a Monday, and the game was on a Sunday. The match, as they call it on that side of the globe, and I was like, okay. And then it ended up being, well, we couldn't. We were watching highlights, but of the previous match. Okay, I was like, all right, at least, no, that's as close as we can get to watching netball. We only could do results, like what's it, and Well, if we want, Ernie, if we want to watch, we'll watch the highlights again of the Liberal Lightning and Manchester Thunder. But there's going to be no use for reporting on it for next week because we got the grand final next Sunday, the July 6th. Wait, yes. Oh, wait, coming up next Sunday. This Sunday coming up. Oh my gosh, I messed that up really bad, Ernie. I really messed that up. Today is July 1st, and it's Canada Day, Ernie. And July 4th, it's the Americans celebrated. Of course, Ernie is an American, so well, Sports News Review. It's on the Canadian side, but Ernie. You look at Ernie, you definitely go, "Oh, okay," and you ask, "Hey, Ernie," and they talk for a while. You look up he tells you if he tells you his biography, and yeah, it's US of A, and so is Coach Coyote. Coach Coyote on the floor today. Yeah, well, Felix. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure where Felix never. I never asked Felix, and we don't. He never answered. I don't remember. I don't remember. I never look at. I'm not gonna look at the tag now. Okay, so I'm not. I don't even care. But I know that Ernie is 100% American because he's told us he's said it before. Anyways, so the what was I getting at, Ernie? Is that July 6th would be the Sunday, and okay, so the 4th would be the Friday. Friday's the 4th. Yes. Today's the 1st. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, so Friday's the 4th. I don't have a calendar in front of me, Ernie. I'm just trying to make sure I don't make a mistake. You can't redo the video when it's the only editing you have is a pause. There's no redoing. There's no rewinding the video and starting over, Ernie. It's all once it's press start on the video. That's it. It's a go all the way until you get lucky. You have to press pause if you really really have a problem, Ernie, or me. Like I'm saying, if I really have a problem with what was I talking about? What was the subject? Best thing to do is just hit the pause, Ernie, and then try to remember. But then the thing is, I can't rewind to find where I was in my place and all that. That's the thing. It's like I need two recordings going on at the same time, Ernie. I can back it up and then remember where was I? Oh yes, okay. But either way, I did talk a little bit about the Lowborough Lightning game, Ernie, whereas in like the Lowborough Lightning was in second place in the and just the regular, the rounds they call it, from rounds 1 to 14. They ended up in second place, and they lost that first playoff game, and then because they lost the first, it doesn't matter because remember Ernie, if London Pulse would have lost that first playoff game, where um we don't ask remember we don't ask Felix to move. So yeah, it's you could tell Felix is he's fine, it just blocks a little bit of the bottom. I don't think the fans of the London Pulse mind. Felix is good luck. He's are good. He's always been good luck. Okay, alrighty. So well, yeah. Plus, London Pulse is in first overall in the standings, and yeah, I mean, yeah, nice. It's going to be a nice, and it's also Ernie. It's a rematch. Pretty sure it's a rematch, if I remember correctly. Reading I didn't do a report where I read like I was going to read on the program. All I was all I did, Ernie, was just look at the game highlights with you, and then did some reading while where you were lying down taking it easy, and I looked at reports, and so that's what I'm going by. I didn't do like I used to, like for a while, where I would, if it wasn't remember I said off the cuff comments, or any sports news review is supposed to be off the cuff comments, and well, and World Sports News with Ernie, it's kind of off the cuff comments program too, Ernie, because I don't really have the time to write a script in my life and everything. It's just I just go with it, and I can't even see how many time is on the video. Where does it time on this one? Let's see. Oh, I'm still in the single. I'm not even in the single. Oh, here comes up to 59. Okay, I'm at the 10-minute mark, Ernie. So when I play this back for myself, I gotta remember somehow magically spent 10 minutes on the game itself and then talked about a little bit of the grand final. And I didn't even change the boards yet. And, well, I can't say enough about this, Ernie. I mean, we're both, Ernie and I, we just hoping that we can watch the grand final, but that's not going to happen. I just, I am going to check like, what I'm going to do, Ernie, is like when which, like I know, like our timer is when we're on the television's on, and we look at the guide. We, well, it's too far in advance. Okay, what we do is Ernie's on the Saturday. Well, it'll be Friday, no Friday, no, because it's on Sunday. On the Saturday, we keep going to all the sports cable networks and looking far in advance on Sunday, or even going online and doing it, and see if it, like do I eyes can I have to do I have to do some adjustments if I see like netball grand final and it says Marlboro Lightning and London Pulse. I wouldn't know what I would think this is wow. Wow. So I would be unbelievably ecstatic, Ernie, and Ernie would be like, yeah. And yeah, I mean, we'd be so we. Oh my gosh, do we try it? Do we try a live stream? Well, I don't know. I mean, this is a tough one because I don't have an idea. I don't have an idea how to do I have to watch a few games, Ernie, and listen to the how like, get the rhythm, the cadence, and how do you do netball, and what's special. What I don't know you gotta know the rules better, Ernie. I gotta study more of the rules, Ernie, if I'm gonna do play by play. Um, you know, I just no. I have to know who's still out to score, what's like, and all that. Like the proper rules, Ernie. And yeah, I mean, yeah. So for me to do a live stream, yeah, I'd have to watch it. It's best to watch games first. Get even do a practice one with the video and see how how I know what the flow of the game is like and where it's going and all that. And, that's what momentum shifts and all that. That's what I mean. I mean, it's like all that's got to be learned. And yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, yeah, if I won the lottery, like, wow, what a really nice studio it would have. And then I would I would do a watch party, as they say. Why do I keep saying live stream? I'm not live streaming the game or any. It's not. It's watch party. No audio from the actual television, and no video from the television. It's just a watch party. Like it would just be almost. It doesn't have to be so formal either. Or any like if when it's a live stream watch party, we don't even need a desk. If I find a nice like a studio chair and that microphone be right in front of you just like that, and as long as you know what I'm gonna do, Ernie, is I gotta go to the Goodwill. If I go to the when I go to those like those thrift shops and that, and if I gotta go to the toy section, I was looking for desks too, just for the heck of it. Like if, if one really scale model of a good looking desk, I'd use that. And then I'm also, if Ernie, I'll look for a chair for you. If I find some kind of office chair, it's gonna look killer. You won't like some of like a live stream watch party. Just say watch party now. Yeah, no the live stream. All I need is to sit on, and then some kind of nice high stool for Felix. And I mean, so yeah, I mean, we don't, yeah, I mean, it look a lot different, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, we'd have the board in the back with the words like, we'd have the whiteboard and just say words like, watch party, the grand final watch party, and yeah, I mean, ooh, that's a tough one. I don't think I wanted. Yeah, I don't think I'd. I have to. Yeah, luckily there's no chance at all of me being able to watch this game because I don't have any way of doing it. This is. I don't know. I mean, Sky Sports. I mean, can I suppose on a cable, not a satellite, maybe on a satellite package, a person can get Sky Sports possibly. That would be awesome in Canada to get, or I would, yeah. That's for events like this. For that, that's the whole point of the Sky Sports is for these kind of events. If they're showing it, and then find the cable package in Australia also, Ernie, at the same time. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd be different. It'd be more honestly, it'd be almost like a full time job because it was okay. So what I'm saying, Ernie, is now is I'm going to put the video on pause, Ernie, and we'll put the netball. Where's it being played? It doesn't. Yeah, we're not going to mention what's being played because we're not. If anybody really gets this far into world sports news and Ernie, I mean, they've already looked it up themselves and they've seen the place where it's and where to watch. They pressed the where to watch, and it's like, okay, and it's like going to be, no, it's not possible. Unless they're in England, then it's possible. Maybe they could just switch up, on the computer, they can go into their own account and switch up the listings and get Sky Sports. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't live in England, and I don't plan to. Alrighty. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is put the video on pause, Ernie, and we're gonna switch the boards up and have Netball Australia. Alrighty, Ernie, I got the other board up, and while I was putting the other board up, Felix moved, moved a little bit, and then when the board went up, he didn't take his usual spot. He moved in that spot. I said, "You don't really have to." He said, "No, no, no. Okay, I was just gonna." I was like, "Wow, that's like a World Sports News with Ernie exclusive. That Felix moves on his own. He doesn't have to. We never tell him. Felix can do whatever he wants. Hey, Ernie. Okay, so netball, Australia, and the women's. And the first game we're gonna do scores and commentary. Sorry, Ernie, I didn't. I had to stop because so I gotta switch the board again. Okay, so I'm gonna have to switch the board again, and I'm gonna say is that so I have to do commentary, score, then commentary, okay, for both of them, both games. Now, Sunshine Coast Lightning 54, the West Coast Fever 69. And then in the second game, we have that Melbourne Mavericks 68, the NSW Swifts 64. Now we'll go to the first game, Ernie, and what we're going to do, Ernie, is go into the. I should have did this. Well, it takes a long time for do everything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go to the. Now I'm going to go to the Netball Australia, Suncorp, and I'm just going to go to the ladder first, what they call the ladder, and that's like the standings. Okay, and okay, so on the ladder, okay, first place now is the West Coast Fever, and yeah, and the second place is the Swifts, Ernie. So okay, now the team, okay, the Sunshine Coast Lightning. Okay, the Lightning are in fifth place, Ernie. Okay, but with the points, they are tied with the Adelaide Thunderbirds with points. Okay, so they're tied, but there's probably I'm not sure what it is that there must whatever it is for the tiebreaker as they call it. I'm not going to get divulge deep into the tie. That's when you need a staff to Ernie. If you have if like a sports channel has a staff, then they could describe everything and like as the presenter is talking, Ernie, like it has, and then there's a video board that moves with the presenter and that whatever the presenter is saying, and everything is, you got the director, the editors right there on the set. They got a video board that costs all that is lots of money. That's a lot of money for all that. Okay, so with that, Ernie. Okay, so the Thunderbirds are in fourth place, and Lightning, the Sunshine Coast Lightning, in fifth place, and separated by a tiebreaker rule. No, the Fever first place. Okay, no. So it's like, yeah. I mean, the Sunshine Coast Lightning. Well, Ernie, they just didn't have their game against the first place team, which is the West Coast Fever, which overtook the Swifts. Oh, we might as well go to the. So the West Coast Fever are new number ones, Ernie. It's just the way. Number two is NSW Swifts. Melbourne Mavericks. Okay, Melbourne. We got Melbourne Mavericks. Okay, now they're in sixth place, Ernie. The Melbourne Mavericks are in sixth place, 16 points. Okay, so well, a really impressive win for the Melbourne Mavericks over the NSW Swifts, and I am very sure without rewinding the going to the video of last week's edition of World Sports News, Ernie. Well, Ernie, I'm going to say that I remember saying that in the second game, after the Sunshine Coast Lightning and the West Coast Fever game talk about their commentary, that I would almost feel like doing that first if the Melbourne Mavericks won the game. But yeah, I mean, what is I don't. Yeah, I said it's going to be quite the surprise upset if the NSW Swifts lose the match to the Melbourne Vixens, Ernie, and wowzers, like wowzers. And yeah, I mean, Felix is in front. Like I say, he's in front of the end of the word S, but Felix is just saying like, yeah, I mean, you gotta hope for. He's neutral. He's being neutral. And so is Ernie. Ernie likes just watching a good game. Felix is just neutral. He's just, but me, I'm just saying it as a presenter and saying, hey, like, wow, I mean, the NSW Swifts, I mean, wow, just I didn't see that well, 4 point loss spell. It's just, well, maybe they just had an easy, well, we'll see. I mean, Ernie, because if NSW Swifts start losing more matches, then it becomes like, oh, maybe they just had a good schedule at the beginning. We have to look at their schedule again. See, that's the staff that can do commentary, and when they do, as Ernie, if like if you have a real staff on a sport, and if there's some commentary, they had a lot of time to write out all the commentary and be able to read it out and of course not worry about mistakes as they can back up the video and restart where they were. Okay, so now let's see. Yeah, we were saying I was saying about the impressive win the NSW Swifts, and I'm just thinking, Andy, that I'm just gonna go to the next board. I pretty well have talked about both games. I'm pretty sure I can't because Ernie, and the way I feel is like I almost might feel like I'm going to be talking too much about the one game or the other game, not enough. And right now, I'll say it over again. A surprise win, Melbourne Mavericks 68, NSW Swiss 64. I still say that's a really good win for the Melbourne Mavericks, and I usually say that this is one time if the Melbourne Mavericks turn their season around, they're going to circle this game and say we started our turn, like we started turning around, as they say. It's a sports, I think, in sports jargon, and I'm pretty sure even if in Australia they'll say that like the season we turned the season around and project it up all the time. An arrow going up winning games in a row, like some games in a row, and they say like that was the start, and it just feels different, Ernie, when they're in one of the first, second, or third, fourth place to be in the continue playing, and that's the whole like everything, Ernie. It's like I know Ernie can watch a scrimmage and have the same amount of fun, but Ernie, everybody likes to see some like they want to see closures real quick and want to see competition. Felix will explain it to you at the later on. Felix, I think it's time for that's when we ask Felix, can you explain all this to Ernie? Like we love competition. We really don't want to. We don't really want to watch scrimmages, Ernie. I can't highlight scrimmages. I can't like say, "Oh, it's but if you folks want to watch something, there's a scrimmage going between." That's preseason, and it's like yikes. I mean, like no, the people only the extreme diehard fans so we'll be able to watch a preseason game. I don't know. The world's changing. It really is. Then they're having fewer and fewer of them. If it's like NHL hockey, they'll probably do fewer and fewer. Of 'em. Or the ones that are on the team that don't really show up to those games like they used to. And I don't even want to see my. Well, I'm just saying, Ernie, we don't do hockey, but well, ice. We only do the P. We'll do the PH. What is it? The professional women's the PWH or PHW. Well, it's the Professional Women's Hockey League. Maybe it's the PWHL, and yeah, I mean we'll do the final game of that. I mean, well, if we're doing PHWL or any, it's because we don't have enough content to fill a show. Where I'm all ecstatic about this, and well, like I said, Ernie, I lose track of the time, and we go on to the next game. We're gonna have to put the video on pause right now. Alrighty, Ernie, got the score for the second, the second, like I say, I should say the other two games or two matches, as they say in Australia. I gotta adjust my seat, Ernie, and well, Ernie, I can also hey, just get up for a second. Also show like blocking some of the light here, and there. Oh, there's that. Okay, see, uh, it's just okay. So I could just leave that up right here. Yeah, this is okay. So the netball Australia and the women's. Okay, so looking at the first game, Ernie, the Melbourne Vixens 53, Adelaide Thunderbirds 56, and then in the second game, which would be the fourth game on this schedule on the round, the Queensland Firebirds 63, the Giants netball 68. Now we got we got the standings. We should have it right here. I gotta get it. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put that down. The sun is okay. Yeah, the light is just. What are you gonna do? Okay, just it's like you have to do it in the dark. Like you have to wait for more sunlight to go down, and it's like what? And then it becomes like 9 o'clock at night, and it's too late to start. I'm just wiped out. I can't even do it. Okay, so I'm looking over here. The Melbourne Vixens and third place. Melbourne Vixens in third place, and the Adelaide Thunderbirds are in fourth. So this was a good fourth place, which they must have brought them up. Okay, they must have brought them up. That's what brought them up over the Sunshine Coast Lightning. Yeah, I mean that's win. The win must have helped. Bring them up to that thing. So good. So that's a really good win for the Adelaide Thunderbirds. And both teams, you could put like A and B or Ernie because they're like they seem to be evenly matched and evenly like just a move here and there difference between games here and there, and that's what I feel like they're like. And oddly enough, the Melbourne Vixens, I used the black dry erase marker for the Melbourne, and then I used to finally get you don't really eyes love to see some different color in life, and the it's supposed to be pink. To me, it looks almost. with pink because these dry erase markers aren't perfect with the color, but that's close. It was supposed to be pink after all. I didn't care if it if it came the incorrect color. That's okay with me because I got some other ones that are pink. So if I really need a pink, I got one. But it's not really quite this kind of pink, Ernie. The Vixens and but it's close enough for what you got. Okay, and then the Adley Thunderbirds, I used the pink, and then because and I used the black for the Thunderbirds because I kept seeing the word Thunderbirds in black on their okay so use okay so I was trying but you could see how they're like a mirror image of each other, Ernie, in this so far the way this season is a mirror image. But the Adelaide Thunderbirds 3-point impressive win over the Melbourne Vixens. Ernie, we'll go through the last game of our board here, and that is the Queensland Firebirds 63 and the Giants netball 68. And okay, we got the standings here, or the ladder as they call it on that side of the globe. And the Giants netball in seventh place and the Firebirds in eighth. Now when it comes to points, it's not even close because the Firebirds only got 8 points. Okay, and that was their two wins, Ernie. And then the Giants netball got 16 points, and that was their four wins, Ernie. Four points per win. Each time they win a match, you get 4 points, Ernie. So, I mean, what it's like. This is a game that the Queensland Firebirds really wanted to win, but the Giants netball possibly just like talked themselves into like so like in the locker room of we have to. I have to see the highlights of the game and see. I want to see the foul. That's when Ernie fouls become important because if the Giants netball followed a lot and still won like this, then it's like okay, then they could probably well, then they could play the Adelaide Thunderbirds and stay up with the Adelaide Thunderbirds and the Melbourne Vixens if they can decrease. But I don't know. I don't know, Ernie. That's once again, Ernie. That requires a staff to look all that up. And yikes, where is the? I don't have the cash for that, just of course. But yeah, I mean, Ernie, if there is a uh, a staff, they would. They would look up and they would even start talking odds and like and possibly get we the sports news review can get like a generic program that insert team in the standings how and the mathematical probabilities of getting into the I guess once again on this side of the globe, Ernie, we call them playoffs. And I mean, yeah, I mean that's without relying on another website. That's like, oh gosh, that's something that that would help out. Like, oh gosh, that's a program that would really be awesome to have it on. I got another laptop, Ernie, and if it's like that's something I would love to put on that laptop and they're not using, Ernie, and like I'll especially well I know we don't do NFL, but a National Football League football and American football. But on World Sports News with Ernie, we don't do NFL. But Ernie, I'm just saying like this, like here now, it would even be pretty funny to just kind of know where teams are going, the direction, like what's the trends. We like that's like we can really have a lot of people interested in watching World Sports News with Ernie, if there's a nice flow of information that's pertinent, if that's the correct term, to pertinent. Oh gosh, $5 word, Ernie. Okay, let's see. $5 word. Pertinent? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If I don't even know if I'm going to be able to say it correctly. Let's see. Pertinent.
Here's the definition of pertinent, relevant, or apropos.
Yeah. I probably did, Ernie. I probably already did this one again. I repeated myself, but yeah, you know. So like that's what I'm getting at, Ernie. Like it's gonna like the information is about like everything pertaining to the league that we're talking about at the moment, and yeah, so uh, you know, I'm gonna say, Ernie, is that we can I mean, like we could really have a really good free flowing uh video, and something I'd love to listen back and just be so like, wow, that sounds good. That's it's. I love the way it just we moved from one game to one match in netball, and we moved on to the next, which we're gonna do, Ernie. Now is we're going to put the video on pause and go on to our next. Alrighty, Ernie. We didn't switch the board out yet, Ernie, because we got sailing, and I know it's not till July the 19th to the 20th, but we don't want to miss it, Ernie. We're gonna, like, after, Ernie, when we're finished with where it says netball women's, and we're just gonna have Australia, England, and will be taken off the board when it's finished, and then sailing will be still left up because it's not the final there's a 2-day racing course, and it's a 2-day event. I should have said, Ernie, and I just don't want to forget it. July the 19th, because right now we're July the 1st, and yeah, we're 19 days away from the watching a sailing on the television. Where I'm pretty hopeful that the TSN Sports Network will show up on one of their channels, one channel, because when you look at it, the July. There's not going to be much. See, I'm pretty sure even well, I'm hoping that they can, even in football season, they continue, like American football season, NFL, Ernie, that they continue having coverage of the sailing series, the Sail GP series. And well, this isn't well, okay, Ernie, sailing, and we highlighting this, Ernie. Ernie's like, well, but how come this one we extra long? Because England, England, sailing in England. It's just they just the well the British, as they say, the British fleet was worldwide at one time with their sailing. Uh, the like I mean they kind of like took over the trade routes and all that. It was the English. So that's going back a small history lesson, and it's just something that like the team from England will really want to. Please, if they don't win another few of them, they're okay as long as they win this one that's in England. Well, that's how some of them would feel. Like I know they want to win every week, but if it's just that they just don't have. Like they're just not winning every week. Okay, I don't know. Well, you know what, Ernie? Why don't we go to the Sale GP? Let's look at see what the standings are, because there is standings in Sale GP, like Ernie, and there is Sale GP, Sale GP. Okay, Sale GP. Okay, now let's see. What I'm gonna do is it's gonna be a lot of flash. And this is an older tablet, and yeah, it's giving me the weight, the circle, Ernie, and And it's like, come on, this it's not the web page. The web page is not the web page is just doing what it's doing. It's just this tablet's doing what it's doing at its own pace, and it takes a while for it to load up. It would be faster on my phone, but I should have just did the phone. Okay, now Mo is accepting all cookies. I don't mind. I don't mind, Ernie. Okay, it says 17 days, July the 19th. Oh, wait. Oh, they are 6 hours ahead, but it's the same day. Okay, the 19th, isn't it? Why does it say 17 days? Isn't it? The 19th, which is 18 days away to me. Okay, anyways, I'm not sure how to count. They count it. Okay, so I'm looking. Let's see. Okay, now I'm going to try to find where they are. Okay. So calendar results, teams, fans. Okay, wait. Okay, how to watch? We're good on that. What it's about, we're good. The latest, no, we don't need news at the moment. We don't need the calendar. We can go back to that results, but teams. Where's the standings? Let's see. Maybe it's under more. The Selby careers, partners, content. Where's the sale? Where's the standings? The latest news. I want to see the series. Like what? Okay, was maybe results. This is results. Uh, let's see. The 2000 season championship. Okay, maybe I gotta press this 2025 season championship, Ernie, and I'm seeing if it give me the what I'm looking for, Ernie, and that is like where all the teams are at this in this stage of this Sail GP series. And right now, okay, we got it here. Okay, number two, three, four. Who's in first? Oh, first. Okay, that might be the results of last one. Or maybe it's current Spain, and then uh Australia, the New Zealand, the Great Britain is in fourth. Look at MSGPR, Great Britain. Canada is in fifth, and France is in sixth. Seventh, Switzerland. Eight, Denmark. Nine, Italy. 10, Brazil. 11, Germany. And number 12 is United States. Okay, so okay. I guess that is this. I found it. I found it. It just took a while for Ernie. It just takes a while for the this one because the tablet's older and yeah. I mean, okay. So all right, now we'll go into the calendar and because after that there's let's see like what is it about the let's see go into okay, so we got the results and we got the standings. Okay, maybe I gotta go with this. Calendar. There you go. Calendar. Okay. Yeah. The next. Okay. Upcoming. Okay. After Great Britain, the Great Britain in Portsmouth. It says July 19th to the 20th. Okay. Yeah. And then the next one after that, Ernie, is in Germany, August 16th to 17th. So they're not going to be. They don't have to go far. And then after that, France. Okay, so they're going to be September the 12th to the 13th. So yeah, they could because they could schedule a few of them together, and then we'll see how far in the season we can watch this. How okay? Where are they? Okay. There's something on September the 20th in Geneva. September 20th and the 21st. I should have said. Okay, so that's in Geneva, Switzerland. Yay! 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 That's amazing. Okay, and then are we going? Where are we going from there? What flag is that? But Abu Dhabi. is in November. See, yeah, I mean that's gonna be fun. I hope, and that'll be like I'm not sure if that's okay. That's the final racing will be in Abu Dhabi, and before that is going to be somewhere. I'm not sure. I think it might be Spain. It might. I'd have to look it up. It looks like it's Spain though. It looks like the Spanish flag. Okay, so yeah, I mean, yeah, Switzerland. That's gonna be wild to see the one in Switzerland. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. Okay, so we the previous was a couple events that were in there was actually three in the United States. Wow, two in two in Australia. Previously, there was one in where's that one? Dubai again. Event number one was in Dubai. Then they moved it to from Dubai to Auckland, New Zealand, and then the Sydney, Australia. So yeah, they start off on that side, Ernie, because the way, and then that way they can end the season uh yeah, I think that's it. When it's in Abu Dhabi, that's it. That's there's no like or they have one more event the next something like there's going to be three Ernie boats that are going to be in the final race of the Sail GP series. Okay, so without looking, I'm not going to look at the standings because they can really change so much, and we're not going to keep up with the standings. But yes, right now there would be the top three, like over there. If the season was the last, if this was the next, there's the last one of the season. The top three after the first, the one more race, but then the top three will be the ones that get the grand prize of. Like because they're professionals, right? And once again, we all got lives, blah blah blah. But like they already had, like it's hard to explain, but the Ernie right now. But you know, I mean, it's just that's professional. And you with professionals, Ernie, you get the best. And there's a reason why. Once again, Ernie, we highlighted it. That's why we highlighted it, Ernie, because and even though it's so far away, we don't want to forget. If there's one, we for nostalgic reasons, Ernie, it's like sailing England. That's like saying, like when the horse racing, the Kentucky Derby, you know, it's like the golf with the Masters. They call it. Well, Ernie, they call it that. I'm not, I know Ernie doesn't like that word. I understand Ernie doesn't like it. Okay, okay, it's fine. It's Ernie's show. We we won't say it again. Okay. Alrighty. Well, Frank, I don't know. We don't really do golf anyways, Ernie. So I don't think it's ever going to come up again. The Augusta Championship. I would call it. We could call it the Augusta Championship. We don't. It's pretty well. What's the difference? Uh, Things change, or the Augusta Open. It just morphs into that, and when they get the trophy, they can have the old name on the trophy above below it, just to remind it. No, it's keeping on the tradition of a championship once a year. That's start off the PGA season or season, just golf season. Actually, the PGA don't own. I thought that it's not part of the PG Professional Golf Association tour, that tournament. So yeah, I mean, anyways, Ernie, we're getting off the topic here by a long stretch here. And what I'm gonna say, Ernie, is that we said our thing on sailing and how we just it's pretty obvious we're all like we want to watch sailing so bad. Okay, it's just a nice calming thing to watch at night with Ernie. It's just kind of nice. But Ernie, I'm gonna put the video on pause once more, and we're gonna switch out the boards this time. Alrighty, Ernie. You could see the next board where we have handball, and we mean the team handball, and you could see by the picture that the it's opposite of soccer, as we say soccer on this side of the globe, and the other side of the globe it's football. But either way, it's called the EHF 19. And I'm wondering if that's the under 19. Once again, Ernie, I didn't really look it up. So it's the men's 2025 European Open. And if June the 30th to July the 4th is like a, something that's going to be like finishing up, like wrapping up. So I think July the 4th is when they're wrapping this up, Ernie, and it's nation versus nation. Now we can what we can do, Ernie, is we'll go on. It's not we had like I didn't think I was gonna ever highlight an under 19, but I didn't know it was under possibly under 19 years. I just junior, but you know, Ernie, it's they are gonna like I bet I'm gonna say that a lot of them must play uh also on the national team. The like I mean, I guess they just like you got a tournament for. I mean, yeah, a veteran like it's probably just doesn't fit in the time off and that and well, anyone 19 and under, yeah, there's plenty of energy, and they're not always on. You know, there could be a lot of players that are in those leagues, but they could be like either they're stars or whatever. Like you got to fill a team up, Ernie, with players. So yeah, I mean, so what we're gonna do again, Ernie, is okay. So I'm gonna go. Should just went on earlier. The yeah, okay, here handball. Okay, so EHF champion. Alrighty. Okay, Ernie. So we're going into the now. And okay, so there's because so there's games there. What's going on here? Live scores. Are there games being played at this moment, Ernie? That's pretty wild. Because I'm seeing scores like Sweden 22 and Faroe Islands 21 and Egypt 20. Okay, so maybe it's a possibility. But they're how do they okay, because how do they finish this off? Wait, what is okay, so on July the 2nd, there's a whole round of games. And okay, so that's to July the 4th. So there's July the 4th. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a lot of teams to be announced, it looks like on July the 4th. Okay, so I have no idea. I don't know how they. I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know. I guess the folks out there, if they really want to rekindle some interest, or they've never seen a handball game, and I mean, I got enough information on this board for them to start, and you know, like they would have to really do their research, and I just, oh gosh, I mean, I tried my best, Ernie. I mean, I've never done a sports show before, and I mean, Ernie, I mean, so would I have loved to have this opportunity when I was say in my teen years? Yeah, this is I just yeah, I mean, it's just wow how they practice and I mean, yeah, well, I tried my best, Ernie, and so the best I could say, Ernie, is that at least they like yeah the as they say got an emotion where a person can see all this information that's on the board and and just get into it more. It could take a few hours to really and of course the word to watch is going to be a big issue too and you know that's what I tried to warn is that I really don't find it on cable stations in Canada, so I've never seen like as you know constantly as you know to scroll around on the telly with the cable and I don't I never once seen in years I've never seen or maybe it did I'm not sure uh, I'm just, it could have, maybe it wasn't, who knows if Team Handball was ever on the TSN. But right now, it would be pretty awesome if, yeah, if all of a sudden I see team handball on TSN, or even be like, all righty, well, we gotta watch a few games, Ernie, and then we could do live streams too. So yeah, we could do live streams, Ernie. So yeah, I mean, well, we'd have to get the hang of the games and how to comment. What's of course, the strategies of the game, of course, the momentum swings, and once again, and all that. And which game are we actually, which one? But yeah, we wanted to. Yeah, we spent so much time on handball that we had to. Yeah, we had to continue it, Ernie. We just had to continue it. Okay, so with that, Ernie, I'm going to put the video on pause once again, and then we're going to change up the boards. All right, Ernie, we got our next board up, and well, Ernie, we're looking at now, and I just want to make sure this we did. Okay, the clock is moving on the timer for the video, so good. Okay, so I continue with confidence now. So that I didn't hit pause. I forgot to I didn't take it off of pause. Resumed. Okay, so we start with the sport, Ernie, and that's badminton. And once again, we'll do quickly. It's not till the men's. We got it July 11th to 15th. Women's July 13th to 17th, and it's called Open Championship. Ernie, and once again, we're trying to keep on where we highlight individual sport like badminton, and we got to highlight something that's upcoming that I couldn't find anything else before this. Like before this tournament, it was like, you know what, this is one I'm gonna highlight. If I mean, yeah, I mean, if you still, there's still like time for people to still be able to watch it live, and not have to resort to watching it in highlights only, because they're too. But as far, I don't know, Ernie. I just don't know. I'm gonna remember to look up the league, where to watch. We'll have a where to watch segment coming up, Ernie, on the previous edition that's going to be on July the 13th. We are going to try to find where to watch and inform people on, like, because it's going to take a lot of time for the information to look it up, and this time we have to have a little bit of a script where we got to write down where to watch. Okay, so with that, Ernie, we got our message up there. That's good enough. It's enough information there that people can look up themselves, and well, like I said, Ernie, we're just a beacon of, hey, there's this sport, there's that sport. Hey, and don't forget our next sport. And then we're going to put the video on pause, Ernie, and then we'll come up to the last sport of the day of this program, Ernie. Alrighty, Ernie. And last, but as they say, last but not least. Oh, one second, Ernie. I'm gonna ask Felix. Does he want to move positions? All right, Ernie. So Felix looked on the monitor again, and he said, "Yeah, okay." He moved over a little bit, so he's like, he's not being blocked by anything. Okay, so Ernie, the last board, and I'm wondering if that picture's gonna fall. It's not held up very much. My breath could probably knock. I could blow that picture off the board. But anyways, Ernie. What I'm trying to say with that board, Ernie, is that Sports News Review, we just go to the World Surf League YouTube channel, and we go for the highlights and the live action. So right now we don't have anything. We're gonna. How far are we into the video? Okay, we're almost to an hour. Okay, we're close to 1 hour. Okay, so with that, Ernie, we're gonna, we're within an hour. We're gonna try to just, let's see. We're at 59 minutes. Okay, this is our last minute, Ernie. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this up at the 1 hour mark, and that's not bad. We can test to see how 1 hour works on uploading and other, just like what I'm trying to say is like 1 hour is a good marker on how fast it takes to upload, especially in the daytime. There might be a lot of people uploading their videos on YouTube. Okay, so with that, Ernie, we once again, like I said, we're just highlighting. We don't have anything we really want to highlight yet as far as surfing goes. So right now, we're just like you said, we're just going to watch live action and we're just watch highlights. Okay, so with that, Ernie. Okay, so we'll say our goodbyes here. So that's all three of us. That'd be the yours truly, and for the one that's sitting on top of this, which is Felix, and for Ernie, who's behind the desk. All three of us are glad that you tuned in to Sports News Reviews World Sports News with Ernie program on YouTube. But for now, we are saying that's all three of us over and out.